Oh my god, you don't know how excited I am right now. Show is back, and I'm freaking hyped because I just finished this show like 2 days ago, and the show is, it's a good show. It's a very good show. It's a masterful show. It's one of those shows that comes out of fracking nowhere. You're all like, Studio Dean fam, where have you been? What was? Ah. Yeah, as I was saying before, freaking hell, is my mic working? Sounds bloody weird. Yeah, it is. It's weird. It's one of those shows you kind of wonder what the F Dean was doing before. Like, you just kind of sit there and wonder, Dean fanboy, like, just do this forever, because it was one of those shows. God, episode 12 of season 1. Now that was an episode and a half. That I was in tears. I was in very much tears. My heart was busted. God, Sukeroku's final like moments. God, that was like one of the most punishingly like kind of sad moments I've had in the whole entire year. God, it was just like he was gonna give up. He's gonna give up Rakugo to actually be with his family. I was kind of like, oh god, damn it! And then they both die. I was like, oh no. I kind of like Miyokichi towards the end as well. I thought she was she's an asshole. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I'm kind of sitting there going, she kind of, I guess, has a things about her. I don't know, but she was good at the beginning, then she kind of got bad, and then she kind of sort of in the last moments kind of got all right, and it ended. And it's kind of like okay, but anyway, let's actually kind of get the show on the road. So let's actually bring this over to here. Probably going to be one of the more niche animes I'm probably going to cover this whole entire year, because I don't know if a load of people watched it last time. I know quite a few of the kind of channels they covered the show, which I was actually kind of surprised about. But I wasn't one of the ones that covered it because I was an idiot and did not actually watch it. Because again, 2016 beginning of the year Joe was not a good 2016 beginning of the year Joe. He was not in the right frame of mind apparently, because he missed out his masterpiece of a show. So yeah, I do apologize for that. So anyway, I want to see what happens to Yakumo and Co, because the last episode of season 1 was certainly something. I mean, at the end, Yotarou just goes, "Oh yeah, can I inherit the Sukeroku name?" I was like, "Oh," because that whole entire last moment was really kind of foreboding and touching. And I was kind of like, "Okay," and then it ends with Yotarou just going, "Oh yeah, by the way, can I inherit his name?" It's like, "Okay," and he just saw Yakumo's face like, "What?" It's like he was kind of shocked. He was very much shocked. But yeah, I mean, the characters in season 1 were phenomenal. That's one of the major things that season 1 had. It was just the characters were great. I mean, to an extent, I guess, like episode 10 to about episode, I'd say 12, Miyokichi was a complete arsehole. I hated her. But before then, she was kind of all right. Like she as soon as she came on the screen, I was like, yeah, something's gonna happen with those two. Like something's gonna happen. It's gonna like cause a mass ruckus. I was not shocked when it happened. I was like, I knew it was gonna happen. But then I was kind of like really sad how it all ended, because it looked like it was going to go through this reconciliation moment, and it just kind of didn't. It just kind of went wrong, like completely, because it was going towards the reconciliation, like it was going towards this moment of yeah, and then it just like even as well. The one thing I kind of liked is how they implemented the Rakugo into the actual story itself, because some of the actual Rakugo stories that Fee was telling actually did happen within the anime. I was kind of like, I quite like that. That was actually kind of a neat touch, and I don't think a lot of people actually kind of caught it on to. So yeah, I mean, in the end, it was kind of depressing. I mean, that last moment was really kind of heart wrenching. I won't forgive her after episode 10, but the last moment she kind of redeemed herself ever so slightly, like just ever so slightly. But anyway, enough talk of season 1. We've probably gone for like 10 years saying how great it was. So let's actually start season 2 in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin now. I love this guy. I remember that. It was kind of a big surprise moment, episode like 2. It was kind of like, whoa. Did not expect that to happen. He actually perfectly inhabits him as well. It's actually kind of cool. So doing a perfect job actually really telling us what happened before as well. He's even with the face nailed down. Oh, we're not getting the actual opening this episode, though, I'm guessing. That's kind of depressing because the opening was actually freaking good. Oh yeah, I remember also, Konatsu was going to have a child, and then he said he was going to be the father of the child. I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. Yeah, so he just did it just then. He said it. Doing a good job of it because I mean, for most people, it's been about a year since they've watched it, so they probably need to like kind of refresh on what's going on. Which is kind of neat. Is actually telling us what happened before. And a bit different. I watched about 2 days ago. I literally marathon way through the whole entire series in about a day. So the kind of neat is actually inheriting his name because the one thing I always kind of saw as a series went on, I think they're trying to like kind of subtly show it is the fact that him and Seroku kind of almost similar in the way they kind of act. There's certain times where you can actually kind of see those similarities and how it kind of works. I quite like it. It's quite subtle. I mean, it's very much shown in the opening. Dang, my hair has gotten so long now. I actually can't see half the time up my hair. It's gotten so long. I'm still kind of shocked that Studio Dean did this show. I mean, most of Studio Dean's shows look like complete trash, and this show looks beautiful. I'm so glad this show's back. the major things I kind of value the fact that show's back. Dean just know what show to give season 2s to. Because I kind of love the fact that they're trying to keep this thing alive as much as they can. Though times change, they kind of keep this thing alive. They keep it going as fast as they can. It's actually kind of neat because it's one of those things that sometimes you just don't want something to die because it's so beautiful, and it's true here. Like it's kind of neat they're just keeping this going because it's a beautiful art. Like being able to tell a story one man, it's pretty freaking impressive. That's why I always say it's why I kind of admire the characters. I always wondered why did Crunchyroll nominate Yakumo for Best Boy but not Shouwa, because simply Shouwa was a better kind of character in my opinion than Yakumo was in the category of Best Boy, not overall. But I think it's kind of weird. I was sitting there going, why did they nominate him and not Shouwa? Because Shouwa was kind of, in my opinion, more of a Best Boy material person. I don't know. It was weird. It's also kind of to note as well that he's voiced by Katsura from Gintama. I was like, my guy's Katsura. It's always the visuals as well. Like, it's one of the things that this show does really, really freaking damn well is the visuals. Like how it tells a story through visuals as well. But he inhabits the characters so freaking damn well. It's actually like, it really is just watching a master do something. It's really freaking amazing. Like, just seeing him inhabit these characters completely, like, almost to a point that it's scary of how well he inhabits these people and brings them to life. It's just kind of like, whoa. One other thing this show does really well, which I haven't actually noticed, or haven't actually noted yet, is the fact that the cuts it does to kind of just tell you there's different characters speaking. I'm saying characters speaking, but it's different characters he's inhabiting. I thought it's actually kind of neat. I thought it's one of the more neater things as well. Konatsu is best girl. He's so cool. YouTube just die again. Yeah, YouTube is dying. Great. Seriously, you can't argue with the bloke. He's just so freaking cool. I love him. I always still feel that thing lives on within him. Like, kind of. He kind of gets that same feel as he did. Like, he kind of feels like Sukeroku's not even gone at all with Yotarou there. I kind of like him for that reason, because he just kind of keeps that. He keeps that momentum that Sukeroku had perfectly going. That's what I quite like about him. Is that posted for the last Emperor, the movie? That looks like kind of looks like the actual poster. Although it's very similar. Seriously, sometimes you have to like remember this is actually Studio Dean. The actual anime does not look like trash, which is the most surprising thing because it kind of reminds me a lot more of a production IG show than the Studio Dean show. It took me a bit of time to actually get used to the fact that Studio Dean made this show looked freaking phenomenal. Oh, I remember him now. He's the Man in the Hat from like I think it's from episode 7 or just slightly before. Now I remember him. There's a recurring motif of him in the Shinigami, which I've always kind of seen thus far. Like, there's always this recurring idea. Like they've used the idea of Shinigami constantly with Yakumo's character, which I always wondered. It's actually kind of a neat thing. It's really nice to kind of see these kind of shows out there that exist. They kind of see shows which just remind you that certain people don't give up on something, even though times are changing and people kind of change tastes. And it's not as popular, maybe not now as popular as it was before, but they still want to keep this thing alive. It's so beautiful to watch. That's what I kind of love about it. Because it tells a new generation how beautiful that art is at the same time when you think about it. So it kind of revitalizes that whole entire idea, which is what I kind of like about it. I admire him. Oh damn, has asked the question as well. Oh, I quite like it. I quite like it. Holy crap, he has hair. Yeah, he's actually grown. All right. Okay, I quite like it. I quite like it. I quite like it. As an opening episode, it's sort of getting the ball rolling at the same time, kind of not revitalizing, kind of reminding you of season one, kind of just subtly telling you what actually happened there, and actually kind of reminding you all these characters where they came from, where they are now, and what their future aspirations are, which I actually kind of like because that's what certain shows don't tend to do, and it actually acknowledges the fact it's been a year. Some people might have not remembered everything, so here's basically the whole entire story in a nutshell. Now continue, which I quite like. I quite like that idea. It's one of those things that shows should always continue doing that idea and strive for that kind of thing, because sometimes it is kind of telling to actually remember every single final detail that happened in season one to now. Like, it's one of those things that sometimes some people might forget. Oh, Christ, yeah, that happened in season one, but reminding you beforehand, before the actual story begins, is kind of freaking awesome. So I quite like the whole entire idea. So yeah, I mean, as episode one, it's interesting because it's sort of just telling us, yes, they want to continue this idea of Rakugo. They don't want actually Rakugo to go away, because as times are kind of going on, it's not technically as popular, because I believe one of the characters said that actually in Kyoto that Rakugo has been completely taken away. Like, it's not there really much anymore. So you can actually kind of see that it's not as popular, but people do tend to strive to keep this thing alive. It's actually really freaking nice. I said it before. It's beautiful. It's one of those things. I kind of like these ideas. I kind of like these shows that just pose this idea of something that was so amazing and I don't want it to go away. So here it is once again to kind of remind you how beautiful it was, to kind of keep the spirit alive, to kind of just tell you, yeah, look, you're a new generation. You probably might not know yourself what truly this is, so we're going to tell you how it is through a story. So it's quite cool. I quite like those ideas. I quite like it when a show, a film, a game just reminds you of these previous like kind of ideas, these kind of different things that happened before, to kind of remind you, yeah, back then stuff was different, but still it was beautiful nonetheless. I kind of like those things. I kind of like this series because of it, and as well the actual way this show is presented is freaking phenomenal. Like this show is packed to the brim with such beautiful shots. I mean, episode 9 truly was a magnificent episode. I mean, of season 1. That one was, episode 12. I mean, every single episode of season 1 was a masterpiece, but episode 9 was like in the running for like anime of the year, like anime episode of the year is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I mean, I want to see how this all goes down. I want to see whether or not he actually can live up this whole entire idea of Seroku's name, because Seroku's name does have quite a history. Like, because as we know, he was a pretty formidable character, and you actually did feel the absence of him once he was gone. That's the kind of major thing. Certain shows can't do this. This show did it perfectly. This show told you the kind of anguish there was once he kind of went. Like, you felt that. You felt that anguish. You felt that absence of him. And actually was quite well done. So hopefully, because we're seeing it slowly that Yotarou actually kind of does sort of inhabit his character slightly. Not to the extent of, yeah, he's literally an incarnate of him, don't get me wrong. He's not fully there just yet. But he actually kind of keeps that spirit alive, the momentum that Seroku had, which is kind of the more telling thing about his character. The fact he actually can keep the momentum, kind of keep his spirit alive, because he really is, for me, like, he's not the fully embodiment of him. Like, don't get me wrong, he's not 100% embodiment. Granted, certain aspects of his character does remind me of Seroku perfectly, but he actually kind of does. He just keeps it going. He keeps that momentum alive. He keeps that spirit alive. It's like he isn't gone yet. You do feel the absence, but at the same time, he hasn't truly gone away, which is what I quite like about his character. Yotarou really just keeps him alive. I mean, yeah, I don't know whether or not there might just be a character that might just come into the middle of the show that might just kind of cause some ruckus, like with season 1. I'm not too sure, but I'm kind of interested to see what will happen, because it has to be some kind of massive drama element. I mean, we've got Sensei wanting to actually do new Rakugo because he believes to kind of keep the idea alive. It's not just to do the original stuff, but actually do new stuff. Which actually is kind of, kind of, and very, 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 very good way of thinking about things. Just kind of, yeah, you got classics there, but why not do the new stuff? Why not bring the new classics in? Which actually is kind of one of those things which tends to kind of transcend all types of media. Like, you have your classic stuff, but what about if we do new stuff that actually kind of keep the idea alive? Kind of keep the idea alive that, yeah, it's not just the old stuff is amazing. Look, new stuff can actually be freaking phenomenal as well. Like, very much exists in movies, very much exists in games, very much exists kind of sort of in music. I mean, some discrepancies in there, but you get what I mean. It kind of it's a thing that transcends media. I quite like it. So yeah, I mean, all in all, a perfect continuation. We know who these characters are. We know where they want to go towards next. I mean, Konatsu's pretty freaking bae. I mean, she's already been bae, but she's just gone top tier bae. And I just love Yotarou so much. Like, the way he kind of just puts her at ease, and just kind of at first not so much, but as the time went on, he actually kind of put her at ease. It's actually kind of nice, because it tells you that he has his heart within him. He's not just all about what he does. He actually has a heart in there as well, which actually is pretty freaking neat. It's not just what we see there. There is more going on with his character. Like, he has a big heart. I actually quite like about that about him. One of the major things which I liked about him in season 1 towards the end is when he actually kind of just said, yes, don't worry, I will be that. Oh, not like, yes, don't worry, I'll be that father. Can I be the father? I thought it's actually one of the kind of nicer things this show did, because it kind of then, as well, it brought it back to the parallels of Seroku as well, because as you saw in episode 12 of season 5 in his child, like, he just said right there and then, look, I'll give it up because you are my treasures. I was like, this man, just stop being amazing. You bring me to tears, man. So to kind of keep that spirit alive once again was freaking amazing, because it just reminds me of him a lot, which I actually kind of like. And I actually kind of like the idea that keeping this idea of the Shinigami alive with Yakumo's character, because really when you think about it, if you haven't seen the opening does really evoke this idea of him being a Shinigami, because when he takes off his cloak, it reveals a massive skeleton within him. And kind of also saying that he'd rather take it to the grave than it become corrupted as well. It's kind of just showing that he might just be that person that might take it away. Because technically, when you think about it, he almost inhabits one of his stories that he told back in a day as well. Which actually was one of the things I found neater about season 1, which I didn't actually mention at the beginning, is the fact that certain stories did actually kind of almost kind of bleed into reality, and certain things did happen that were very similar to the stories that he was telling. I was kind of like, it's kind of neat. So yeah, I mean, all in all, I'm really kind of hyped to see where the series actually goes next, because season 1, it took a bit to get going, don't get me wrong. It wasn't like, ooh, masterpiece by episode 1. It kind of took a bit, I would say episode 2 or 3, it kind of got the ball rolling completely, and it got freaking greato. So yeah, I mean, hopefully by episode, I would say 3, they actually might get the ball rolling with this season, actually then bring it back to what made it good back in the day. Like, I say back in the day, but it was like last year, so you know what I mean. So yeah, I mean, all in all, great series, great continuation. I'm so glad it's back. So yes, with all that said, I have indeed been the driver. We have enjoyed this stream as a whole, just anime just then. You have enjoyed this stream as a whole, and you do want to leave a like, then do leave a like, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. If you have enjoyed what I do here and you do want to leave a sub, then do leave a sub, because indeed it does help me quite a bit. I do apologise that I did not cover Blue Exorcist today, nor did I cover JoJo. JoJo I didn't cover because the amount of kind of anime I had covering today, and Blue Exorcist is because I haven't caught up yet. I'm in 2 minds whether or not to kind of catch up. So yeah, hopefully I might just kind of do it. I'm not too sure, but yeah, with all that said, if you have enjoyed it, leave a sub. If you have enjoyed what I do here, if you have enjoyed the stream as a whole and you want to leave a like, then do leave a like. If you have enjoyed what I do here, leave a sub, then do leave a sub, because it does help me quite a bit. You join that family, you know when the streams go live, all that jazz. So yes, until tomorrow with, I think, Gatsu, and is there a couple of anime starting tomorrow, I think? It's only like 1 or 2. So anyway, whatever happens, happens, as they say. So until then, I shall see you guys later. Bye for now.